Hi guys, and welcome to Sisters in the City with me, Anna Bakili.
And me, Mandy Bakili.
We are bringing you this episode all the way from Dubai.
That's how dedicated we are, babes. And look at this tan. I am glowing.
Mandy, it suits you so much.
Thank you very much.
Tan, honestly.
So today's episode, guys, we are talking about this dating show. And guys, I ain't joking, yeah. This is the best dating show I've ever seen. It is
so exciting.
It's completely different. Yeah. I was locked in, yeah?
Yeah.
I was hooked.
It's called Honesty Box and it's on Channel 4. I love it because it's so different to any other dating show that I've seen.
I thought when I was watching it, I was thinking, who is the genius who thought of this concept, yeah?
Yeah.
So what they do is they bring a bunch of singletons together and they put them in a place called Utopia. And inside that villa or island or whatever it is that they're all sharing, there is a honesty box. Literally, imagine a box inside their villa. And at any time, anyone from the cast can be called in there and ask questions. And using advanced AI technology.
Do you not think that's so exciting? I feel like it's the first show, like dating show, that's using AI.
Yeah. And to like a lie detector, basically.
Yeah.
To check if they're being honest about different things. Guys, when I say drama,
I feel like you have to be really brave to go on this show, don't you?
Yes.
I don't think I could do it.
No. You can get exposed for everything.
You have to be really brave and like ready to be honest, literally.
Or get caught out for lying.
Yeah.
And there is £100,000 prize fund to be up for grabs for the winning couple, which is the most honest couple. But it depends on lies being told can bring down the prize fund and all of this excitement. There's so many factors to it that make it so exciting. I literally couldn't turn it off. Like I haven't been like that about a dating show like ever. I could not turn it off.
Mandy, it's really hard for Mandy to like a reality TV show.
I hate reality TV.
She was like, Anna, I'm obsessed.
I am obsessed. I can't wait for the next episode. So guys, you need to watch it. Honesty Box. Honestly, you need to watch Honesty Box.
But just the whole concept of lying or being honest in a relationship or situationship at the beginning when you're dating is such a grey area, don't you think?
Yeah.
And it's quite interesting because obviously this is built on being honest. But then sometimes I feel like when you are dating someone at the beginning, do you have to be completely honest?
I think that is a really interesting question because they're put into that place in Utopia. And from the beginning, they're basically told that honesty is the best policy and the foundation and root of a strong relationship is honesty. Like apparently, even Lucinda, the wellness coach, who's also a presenter of the show, she always tells them that like being honest and vulnerable and open about everything is the best way of forming a strong bond or connection. But I don't know, because bitch, at the beginning of dating, some lying is necessary.
I feel like some lies are necessary, not even at the beginning of a relationship. I think throughout.
Yeah.
Don't you? Like, for example, like my ex, I don't know if I ever asked him if he had a threesome or if he didn't have a threesome.
Yeah. But best believe if you ask him, he better lie.
Yeah, because you know what? I don't want to know. And if I ask you, lie to me.
Yes.
Like,
I'm the same.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It sounds really weird.
Also, for example, at the beginning when you start dating someone, the question of like, could your head be turned or could you fancy someone else? Like I would want you to say no way, never. Like I've all my eyes on you. I've got tunnel vision on you.
Yeah.
Even though realistically, if you've just met me 2-3 days, realistically your head could be turned.
Yeah. But do you think that we're unhealthy maybe? Or maybe we're toxic because we think that some lies should be told?
No. Some lies, are necessarily even in marriages to a degree. I feel like it depends. You know, you just have like your baby and you put on a weight and you put on a dress. You ask your husband, you know, do I look fat in this? You want your husband to like, you look gorgeous. Yeah. You look unbelievable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it depends on the nature of the lies.
Exactly. It's the nature of the lies and when in the relationship they're told as well.
But Honesty Box, they are asking you every single question. Questions that you probably think like, oh my God, I wish he or she had the chance to lie about this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they can't.
They can't.
So,
if they do, they risk being caught basically.
Out. Do you know? And losing money for the whole show.
I was watching it with my cousin yesterday, and then after the show, we were just talking about things. We were talking about this guy that she's talking to, and I was like, we need to put him in the honesty box. Like to find out if he's lying or not.
Oh my God. This
Do
honesty
you think that's like
boxes.
the future? Like there'll be honesty boxes in your house?
No.
Like this-
fuck that.
You never know. AI is taking over.
Do you know what? I'm such a jealous girlfriend that if I was like a billionaire, I'd probably buy an honesty box, put it in my house. Every time he goes out with the boys, bitch, get in the honesty box.
Do you think billionaires have like access to these things?
Billionaires lie more than anyone. They don't want honesty boxes.
But do they have access to it? Like if
Maybe.
they wanted to, they probably could.
Probably.
So Mandy, what's the biggest lie you've ever told in a, dating scenario or relationship?
Oh my God. The biggest lie I've ever told. I was in a situationship with someone. It was just a situation. I didn't owe him anything. And then I pretended I was going to work that day. But believe me, I took the day off. Okay. Holiday booked. And I knew some guy. He was coming from like Miami. And I wanted to see him. So I spent a whole day out with him. Like, then we went for dinner in London. And every time my guy would call me, he wasn't even my guy, but every time he'd call me, I was like, yeah, just on lunch break. Yeah, just in the toilet. It was really hard for me because I'm a bad liar.
I'd be so scared of saying lies like that,
I'm a bad liar.
Because like, what if it just takes one person seeing you out and then messaging them and be like, I've seen her here.
Yeah, I know.
You
And I
know?
was like doing all this sightseeing with the Miami guy, Buckingham Palace, walking around Leicester Square, then went for dinner in Berkeley Street. Anyway, luckily I got away with that lie. But what about you?
I'm just going to go off the last few weeks. Like, I think the biggest lie I have told is like, when I'm talking to a guy and they, ask me about my ex relationship because it's so soon, it's been like 3 months, they'll be like, are you over it then?
Oh.
And I'll be like, yeah, I'm over it, but like, I'm really not over it. Like,
why is your lie so cute and innocent and mine is like a scumbaggy?
it's not because you know what? I think that lie is necessary because I don't need to be telling someone that I'm not over my last relationship because it takes time and eventually I will get over it, if that makes sense.
And the truth is, what you're really thinking is like, mate, you're here to help me get over it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the truth. Like,
Yeah, well, isn't that a true thing? Like, rebounds do help you get over.
100%. As soon as you have a crush on someone and fancy someone new, so you start thinking about them and when
Really?
they're going to text you and when you're going to see them next. And then you just fucking start forgetting about your old thing.
And I think the biggest lie I've ever been told, maybe not the biggest lie actually, because I've been told bigger lies, but the funny one that I remember is once a guy lied to me about where he was from. He said that he was Italian and I was like, okay. And then when we went on a date, I found out he was a completely different nationality. He lied.
It's like me saying I'm Russian and then you find out I'm actually Iranian. Well, I'm
Literally.
quite obvious when you look at me, but like that kind of like that far apart. It wasn't even like neighboring countries.
Not even neighboring countries. And he lied until I only found out on our date that he lied. I said, why did you lie? He was like, well, I don't know. I just thought it's funny. It's not.
It's not funny.
No.
That's a big ass red flag.
Yeah. Best believe I didn't go on another date with him.
Because if you're lying about that, if you're lying about like unimportant things like ethnicity, then you're going to lie about other things.
Exactly. What's the biggest lie you've been told?
I definitely feel like when I was in a relationship with one of my exes, like he may have been also in a relationship with someone else in another country. I don't know because I was posting him all over social media. So I'm surprised he didn't get caught. But when we started breaking up, I got a message from a girl and she was like, who are you? Like, I've been in a relationship for years with him. And I was like, raw. Am I the side thing or the main thing? That's what I want to know.
You were definitely the main thing.
Do you think?
Yeah,
Thanks,
because
Anna.
he was literally met our parents. He was doing your
IKEA wardrobes.
Yeah.
He was all over our social media, like everywhere on our social media. And we, like, at that point, were still quite a little bit popular. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
we need to put him in the honesty box.
yeah, he was definitely a liar. Definitely a liar.
Do you think?
Yeah.
There was something up.
Yeah.
We just
You
don't
know, it's weird. I feel like maybe can you sense lies? Because a lot of people in this show as well, they act like they can sense when someone's in the honesty box and lying. Because when they do go in the honesty box in the show, there's actually a massive screen outside the honesty box.
Yeah.
And you can see them basically on the spot in the lie detector room.
Yeah.
Like the whole cast can see them. All the singletons can watch them being questioned. And a lot of them are straight away like, no, that was a lie. That was a lie.
Yeah.
So can you
from their reaction? But then the funny thing is, it's happened that some people they thought were lying where they were being honest.
Yeah.
So some people look like liars.
That's me.
That
That is me. Oi, I am Anna.
really.
I am that person. I will be telling the truth, but I'll look like the biggest liar in the world. It's
I think like I
scary.
can lie, but I look like I'm always being really honest.
Really?
Yeah. That's the thing. Me and you look like really naughty and I look like really angelic, but I could be naughty. I can lie and get away with it.
I can't. I feel like I'm just so obvious on my face. I'm
I
lying.
think like with this, the concept of the honesty box show is very good though, because it's so important in a relationship that you are honest for the big things, you know, and the important things.
100%. Like, and being genuine and transparent, especially when it comes to like, do I really have an interest in you? What are my intentions for the future? Or do I have a connection with you?
And loyalty.
Yes.
And
loyalty.
Things like that. It's so important.
And also your likes, your dislikes, because yes, you know, in a relationship, there's things that, or when you're even in dating, there's things that you might not like about that person, but if you hold it in, it's just going to bite you back in the future.
Exactly.
With your connection
like
or
even now that like I'm going to be dating and stuff, some of my friends are like, don't say certain things when you go on a date. But I always say, you know what? I want to be myself because later on down the line, if it works out, you're always going to find out what I'm really like.
Yeah.
So it's better for me to be myself and you either like me or you don't, and we're not wasting time, you know?
100%.
So in this episode, we're going to be reviewing the first 5 Honesty Box episodes that we've watched.
What were your first impressions of like the cast? Just say, who was your favorite guy? Who was your favorite girl?
My favorite guy was at the beginning, I think Richie.
Really?
Yeah, just the way he walked in, he seemed like a really nice guy. He's a tree. We like a tree.
Yeah, we do like a tree.
And I think my favorite girl was Chantel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because she just seems like quite straightforward.
Yes.
And to the point.
I agree. And she seems like the most similar to us, I feel like, as well. Do you know what I mean? Me too. I really like Tobias. Like, I don't know why. Like,
yeah, me too. He's
cheeky, but very intelligent at the same time. I feel like he always says the right things. He says what I'm thinking all the time. And for the girls, I really like Noelle. Yeah. I really, really love Noelle. Like, she's just, I feel like she's got such an amazing heart.
I know.
It was actually quite heartwarming as well, like learning some of their vulnerabilities. I feel like Chantel opened up about being in care.
I know, yeah.
And not having like a parent figure in her life.
And being a lone wolf, and like she feels like that made her very hyper independent.
Yeah.
This is what I like about this show though, because it shows your vulnerabilities and it's like deeper than just like a surface level dating show.
Other dating shows are like, oh, she's hot, she's my type, yeah, I'd shag her, chat a little bit. And then this was like, it really digs deep.
But it's also got like the fun, sexy side as well. You know?
Also, Vicky opening up about being in a long relationship. She's 34, I think, and then ending the relationship because her partner didn't want kids.
Do you know what? When I saw that, I just felt like me and her are literally going through the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I also, at the age of 34, exactly, had to move out of my home and leave my ex relationship over similar things, kind of, because for me, it was mainly about marriage and not being at the same stage in our life, and move back into my parents' home. And she literally is going through a similar thing. You know?
When she said I moved back into my mum and dad's house, it's just like,
it's hard. It's
a massive transition
so hard
after being with someone for so long.
Yeah, it is so hard. But I rate her for putting herself out there and going on the show. And I do hope that she really meets someone and gets her, you know, dream family.
Me too. So it's amazing the first episode, getting to know them all a little bit, but also the experts of the show match each person up with who they think would be their ideal partner.
Which I think is so good because it cuts the bullshit. People aren't getting matched up just because of they think they suit each other.
Yeah.
No, like they find out about what their type is and also what they want from life, what their interests are.
Yeah.
So they match them with all these things.
Yeah.
So it's much more likely to work out. So from the beginning, we're kind of cutting out the bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
That makes sense. But I mean, how many of the couples did work out? To be honest, not that many.
Yeah.
Which kind of shows a lot, because it just shows that you might meet someone that has the same interests as you, same like life goals, same type, but you're not clicking.
It's just not clicking. And like, we can't put our finger on what the click is, but it just is.
It's just a click.
So who do you think was the best? Definitely the best match was Kane and Jessie May.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, they were basically in a relationship from day one.
Yeah,
you know?
But they were in a relationship, but even they said it was kind of a surface level relationship.
But it's going to be when you're in such a massive group setting.
And also when you have a lot of physical attraction.
Yeah, I think that will come. I believe that could come.
Mm.
But we don't know. We're going to see what's going to happen because the trailer for the next episode is having me hella confused.
Me too.
The next couple that I think was the best match was Tommy and Rose.
Yeah, that's like literally me and my ex.
They remind me so much of Anna and her ex. You know what's so weird about them? They're so different. Like they're not actually matched, but they match.
Yeah.
But the experts match them together.
Yeah, they're so interesting to watch, aren't
So
they?
it's like the toxic relationship that you all want to end up together.
Yeah, literally. Or not.
Or not. No, I want them to end up together.
Oh, me too.
I really do.
What,
I don't
then,
know
man,
why.
why?
Most people probably don't want them to end up together. I want them to be. I don't know. It's just there's a tension there. You know, you feel this tension there. Another couple, which was, I think, hilarious, Chantel and Maldini.
That wasn't a good match.
But I think Maldini is quite a unique person. And like, it's not going to be easy to match him up with someone. That's what I think.
His personality.
Yeah, he's got quite like a weird sense of humor and like he's a bit awkward. He's a bit shy, but trying to act like he's not shy.
Yeah, I got that vibe.
Yeah, so she described him as a Netflix and chill guy. I don't even know what that means, but Chantel's
Netflix and chill means just you want to just have fun.
Yeah, you just want to have fun. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought. That's what I thought. Like he just wants to have sex.
Yeah,
basically.
you've been in a relationship too long,
Way
Mandy.
too long. I've been out the game for way too long. So that match was not matching.
No.
The next one was Vicky and Richie. What did you think of Vicky and Richie? Forced, man. I feel like it was
so forced, but it was so confusing because that's exactly the kind of couple that you think they have the same kind of goals. Like he left his ex because she didn't want to have kids and he wanted to have kids. Same thing as Vicky. And like,
I don't think it works when people are too alike, Anna.
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah, because
sometimes it works when the two people are really alike and sometimes it works when they're opposites.
yeah, because you and Gingerbeard,
We're opposites.
Opposites.
What works about me and Gingerbeard is that we have a lot of things in common. So we have a lot of similarities, but we're not the same.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's important. So yeah, Richie and Vicky were not matching.
no,
Tobias and Noelle immediately was a no.
they knew straight away.
Tobias, I don't like what he said though. If I saw her in a bar, I wouldn't go up to her. I think that was a bit mean. Like I just wouldn't say that.
I know.
I know it's honesty box. I know it's Trutopia,
But
but just
Mandy's, it's honesty box.
yeah,
it's the
true.
whole
It's the concept
of
yeah.
the show.
And like I wouldn't go up to Tobias if I saw him in a bar. Do you know what I mean? Even though he's probably my favorite guy right now, I would never go up to him.
Yeah, and
if
there's
I was
nothing.
single.
You know what? We should just be more accepting of that. Like she's not his type, and like he's
Yes.
not my type.
Yeah.
You know, and like I'm not going to be someone's type. It's better for us to all become more accepting of that. You know.
And to be honest, he wasn't Noelle's type either. She
No.
was happy to dead that off. Then there was Jess and Jacob, which didn't really see much of Jess and Jacob, to be fair.
No, didn't see it. But the fact that we couldn't see much just told me there wasn't any chemistry there.
Yeah. And on the last episode, they basically described their relationship as like siblings, like best friends. So one of the memorable honesty boxes for the first episode was when Tommy was called in to the honesty box and he was asked about
his body count.
Yeah, he was
Has
asked,
he slept with over 100 girls?
yeah, have you slept with over 100 girls?
Yeah.
And then the conversation about body count came up between him and Rose afterwards. And then he was like,
The value of a woman drops if she's had sex with over 25, I think he said.
is the cutoff.
Yeah.
And the more people she sleeps with, the more her value drops. Whereas it was so funny because he was like contemplating whether he has slept with 100 or not, you know? Remember at the reveal?
Yeah.
He was like, I'm sure it's not 100, I'm sure.
But then he was like, no, it's not.
yeah.
Look, what do you think about that?
I just think like men need to understand that women might, obviously in my perspective, is that like, I think if you sleep around, it's not a really a good thing. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Right.
Yeah? But I don't have this misogynistic perception of like men and women are different.
Exactly.
I think I wouldn't want a man that slept around.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't mind if I had a man that didn't want his women to have sex around.
Exactly. So when I was watching that, I felt like maybe not a lot of people would agree, but I don't feel like if a woman sleeps, her value drops. But if a man sleeps around, he's fine. No, I think both genders.
I don't think
my
their value
preference-
drops.
Your value doesn't drop. It's just my preference of I wouldn't want from a person that I'm going to be with.
Yeah.
Your value is the same. I don't think you should base people's value
No, 100%.
on how many people they've slept
I
with.
would want them to just be a little bit more like reserved with their body and sexuality or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's just my preference. But the misogyny of it, and it's like men genuinely do think that they can get away with anything, but women can't.
That's not fair.
And that's like society and like social conditioning of like generations and generations where parents and grandparents and grandparents and great have just told us that
women can't.
Women can't and men can. And
It's not right. It's not fair.
No, it's not fair. So that was a really like off-putting moment
That
for
was
Rose.
a red flag for her.
That in that situation, lie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, literally.
Don't say what you think.
I feel like Tommy's downfall is that he's a bit too honest.
So obviously Tommy and Rose had a blip in the road when the whole body count conversation came up. But I feel like she let it slide.
Yeah, she let it go.
She let it go. What do you think of their like journey anyway, like so far?
So I think they were going really, really well, almost too well, because they were like the top two couples, weren't they? And then I thought he was just really trying to go with this whole honesty concept too much that he was like, I need to tell you something.
He got carried away.
He got carried away out of nowhere. It's like he brought it on himself. He was like, if they ask me in the honesty box, if my head will turn, I just want to let you know that my head will be can be turned. He was trying to say it can be turned, which in a way, he's being realistic. Like it's been how many days? He's being realistic. I think anybody's head can be turned so soon after meeting someone.
I agree.
It wasn't unnecessary for him to say it.
Yeah, because it's like you're almost stinging her twice. Because if you go in there and you get asked that you're gonna sting her, but then telling her again before, you're like, it's almost like worse in a way. When it's the honesty box, you're kind of put on the spot. There's pressure on you. You have to say it. Okay, yeah, my head will get turned. But just pulling her for a conversation and telling her like my head will be turned, like a confession, it's like a blow to a woman's ego.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
And they did him dirty with the question of, they asked him, do you think your relationship with Rose is more of a showmance than a romance? Which is a dirty question, you know, because, you know, in that moment, you'll panic. I feel like I'll end up lying.
Yeah.
Do you think he lied?
I think if he was clever, he would have justified it like this. Because obviously, he said no. He said it's not more of a showmance than a romance. And on the evening of the truth reveal, so after a day of honesty box questions, there's a truth reveal in the evening where everybody kind of gathers round a sofa and there's a screen and they can choose who they think is lying and whose honesty box they want to reveal. And on that evening, they chose Tommy's.
Yeah.
And okay, he got caught basically lying. So to everyone, it's like, oh my God, this is more of a showmance than a romance. Oh my God.
Which is not the vibe I got.
No. But remember the question. It's not saying, is it a showmance and no romance? It's saying, is it more a showmance than a romance? With after like 2-3 days on a huge show on national television, of course it's going to be a little bit more of that.
I get what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
it's still a romance. He still really likes her. It's just maybe he's pushing it more because it's a show. I don't know.
Exactly. He's being more like theatrical with it. He's being more...
Or maybe he's just thinking it's a show and it's a romance on a show. I don't know.
I'm trying
to figure it out, but like...
It doesn't mean there's no romance.
Yeah. I didn't get the vibes that he's like acting and it's for show.
I don't get that vibe at all, but I feel like even when you have genuine feelings for someone, when you're put in this sort of setting, like a reality TV show, you are putting a sort of like, you're on camera, you're getting watched, you know, millions of people are watching you, you know, you do become a bit of the showman or showwoman as well. It doesn't mean your feelings aren't genuine and you aren't looking for a serious connection and love.
Exactly.
You are, but you've also got millions of eyes on you.
If I look back on my experience on a dating show and my relationship on that show, I could almost say that it was more of a showmance than a romance. It was a romance, but maybe it was more of a show.
It's exaggerated because you're
exaggerated.
On a show.
Yeah, everything was just felt exaggerated.
Look at the way Kane and Jessamine are acting. Look at the way Rose and Tommy were acting. After 2 days, it's not really normal to be like that.
Extreme.
To be honest, I was like that with my boyfriend as soon as I met him. So it is possible.
Yeah, me too. Sparks were flying. Yeah. I mean, like,
maybe it is possible.
As lovey-dovey, but chemistry-wise.
The AI technology in the honesty box said that
it was a lie.
Yeah, so it was more of a showmance than a romance. But I can genuinely see he likes her.
But he's got so much of an ego that like he won't just sit and be like, babe, I really like you. Like I don't
Oh
know
my God.
why it did that. I don't get it.
I'm screaming at the fucking screen. I'm like, just say what she wants to hear. She's a girl, for goodness sake. Say, I like you. I really like you.
I'm not about to start groveling.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
he barely groveled.
He's actually a bit like, he gives me very, very egoistic vibes. Like, because he would ask her, but he'll ask her, are you done with me? Do you still like me though? Like,
I know.
It's like, this is the point where you're supposed to be pouring your heart out, but you're still trying to find out if she's into you or still likes you.
You can just tell how frustrated she is.
Yeah.
And because of the way that she's acting, it's erratic.
But she's also not being genuine. What she really wants to say is like, just tell me how much you like me. Just tell me you like me. That's what I want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of ego in there.
I know, but like obviously she had Maldini that he liked her, and he basically wrote her a love note. So they write love notes to you if they want to match up with you. And she rejected the love note and she wanted to stay with Tommy. This is before his whole lie. So she was thinking like, my head's not being turned. So why is your head being... Well, his head's not being turned, but why are you saying your head could be turned?
Yeah.
So
even after her love note from Maldini, she was still like all about Tommy until this showmance thing came out and he was basically caught out to be like a fake. Basically, everyone was like, he's fake, yeah.
No, but you know what's so funny? Like in the morning, he wakes up, how are you feeling, Tommy? He's like, I'm feeling good. You're feeling good, yeah? After being a liar.
I kind of felt sorry for him.
I know, he was like, God's sake.
I know, I felt sorry for him. But so then she ended up choosing him to get voted out. And he nearly got majority vote to get kicked out.
And you just know she didn't want him to get kicked out. It's like almost like when a girl, it's like, give me space, but she doesn't want space. Or when a girl breaks up with you because she's angry.
Or she wants to be chased.
But she wants to be chased. Or she'll block you and then unblock you a few hours later. It's like kind of gives me that vibe.
But she was kind of lucky because he was very close to getting kicked out. And as soon as he got saved by the skin of his teeth, she was suddenly like, I didn't want you to go.
Yeah.
Like, and what else did she say? She basically was kind of like saying that she still wants him.
Yeah.
She's just her. I'm just her. So another strong couple is Jessie May and Kane.
What do you think about the question that Jessie May got in the box about, do you like Kane's foot fetish? I thought that was a really interesting question.
So she said yes.
She said yes.
We found out, not the cast, but we found out that was a lie.
Did we?
Yeah.
And I thought that's a really interesting question because like, that's something that I think you should be able to lie about and say, yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, because if you like that person so much, you like what they like.
Yeah.
You might not be into it.
Exactly. So I thought that was a really interesting concept. Like these things made me think a lot about like dating and what you should be honest about and what you shouldn't be honest about.
Yeah, because let's say Kane found out that she wasn't into it. He's going to feel awkward exercising his fantasies.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And like, she likes him, she lets him.
Yeah. And if she doesn't like, as long as she's like not about it,
Yeah.
Because if she is like ill.
No, but she's not.
Yeah.
It's obvious she's not.
It's obvious that she's
so
not.
Shit started to go tits up, yeah.
When Dom walked in.
And
she came in confident.
She did.
Looking good.
He first handled it very well. I was like, wow, he's actually, he's very disciplined. But then Trutopia decided to take all of the girls out of Trutopia and for a girls' day out and leave all the boys with just Dom.
Yeah.
And that's when they had a conversation. Kane and Dom had a conversation. And what do you think? Flirty or not flirty?
Flirty.
Flirty, but
not major.
I wouldn't say major, I'm not going to lie.
But a little bit.
For the level of flirting he done, for the level of connection him and Jessie May are at, it wouldn't be a deal breaker.
100%
for me.
I agree.
Like, he's having a flirt, but then he's going and grabbing you and kissing you in front of everyone. Actions speak way louder than words.
Mm-hmm.
And words, he's not like looking Dom in the eyes, telling her like, I want you. And he's just like teasing her a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's making it obvious to Dom, like, I'm with Jessie May.
He even said it will take a lot.
Exactly.
He basically challenged her to see if she could turn his head.
Basically.
But
and guess what?
I just don't think it was major flirting.
But guess what? They took Kane into the honesty box and the questions they asked him were bad. Number one, did you say that Dom looked like a Victoria's Secret model? It's like these kind of things, like these lies that are necessary.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But what I like about this show is that everything comes out.
Everything comes out.
You know how like sometimes you watch shows and you're like, oh, I just wish they knew.
Yeah.
It's like that you get that satisfaction of that person knowing.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone finds out.
So then obviously when they asked Dom then, did Kane flirt with you? That was like the major part where
basically revealed that there was flirting going on and Jessie May was pissed
off. I don't blame her. I would be.
Yeah, me too.
Especially when you made such a big deal out of me having a little laugh on the
Tobias.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's going to happen.
Well, the trailer was showing him
said to Dom,
with his arm around Dom.
And he was like, I want you in my bed. And that is what I call red flag flirting.
Yeah.
That's like deal breaker flirting. That's done out here flirting.
Which made me a little bit sad because I really thought Kane and Jessie May were cute together.
They were so cute together.
I know. And I'm just upset that didn't work out.
And that's why I think if you want things to work out at the beginning, during the dating stage, you need to be a little bit more tolerant maybe and a bit more open-minded.
Yes.
Like from the outside watching in, I thought if I was Jessie May, I'd actually probably let that slide, the Victoria's Secret and the little bit of flirting. I'd actually let it slide because from the outside, it's like at the moment, it's not that deep. Do you know what I mean? But when you're in it and your emotions are high and you feel like you've been embarrassed, you just make impulsive decisions that you could later regret.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
So let's speak about Tobias and Noelle.
Yeah. So obviously from the beginning, them two, it was clear there was nothing there. And then he did that whole thing with Richie to like, let's switch couples. What did you think of that? Did you think it was as much of a big deal as the girls made out? I don't know. I think maybe I'm more tolerant to these kind of things. I'm more tolerant to these kind of things because I feel like boys will be boys and like they will make these jokes with each other.
It's true. But it's like parts of boy culture that we don't want to know.
Yeah, but is that boy culture? Because I feel like pretty sure if I was a girl, I had a girl there and we both liked each other's mouths, we'd be like, should we switch?
Yeah.
It's something I would say.
It made me laugh, because this got revealed,
Vicky
and Noelle. Like, is it a fish market?
Yeah.
Are we Pokemon cards?
The way Vicky was telling off Richie was giving me jokes.
Yeah, she was telling him off like he was her kid though.
Yeah, it gave me mum vibes.
It did give me
She really wants that kid.
Yeah.
She really wants that kid to, lecture.
I really like Vicky, but if I was a guy, that would be my biggest ick.
I feel like if you're angry at your man, the way you do it has to be very like clever. It can't be like you're telling off your child because that puts them off.
100%. It's an ick. I also feel like Rose was a bit I'm surprised that Tommy hasn't been put off her. The way she was having a go at Tommy.
Yeah.
Was like, disgusting. Like a bit embarrassing him. Like I don't think
in front of everyone.
I don't think like that could put a guy off as well.
Yeah.
Be clever about how you tell him off.
Yeah.
Be clever.
Anyway, they ended up switching couples and Vicky and Tobias, I like the way it's a slow burner.
Yeah.
What do you think about steady wins the race? Is that the saying?
Yeah, that is a saying. I don't know, Anna. I don't know.
Do you believe in that?
Because obviously me and my boyfriend, like, we were really immediately clicked and fireworks and all that. Like a lot of like Kane, Jessie May vibes. So I don't know. Like,
for me,
we lasted.
In the past, looking at relationships, I feel like the ones that straight away, like a lot of passion, my feelings have lasted all along.
Yeah.
That makes sense. The slow burners, my feelings again die.
Really fade away.
Yeah.
But there are loads of people that are like married, I know, that have been friends for years.
Exactly.
So I think it's different for different personalities. And I think Tobias and Vicky's personality needs slow and steady.
Yeah.
I can't imagine them like being like Kane and Jessie May. I just can't imagine it. But when everyone was giving their partner a massage and I saw Tobias giving Vicky a massage, it felt so real, their connection.
And they're flirting.
And they couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
And it had like depth to it. Like they couldn't stop laughing. Whereas everyone else seemed a little bit more like sexual.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So I think, I don't know. I think they are really suited.
Do you see that lasting? Or do you think someone could walk in and turn their heads?
I think after finding out that Tobias had a foursome.
Oh, yeah. He was put in the honesty box and he got asked, have you slept with more than 4 people in 24 hours?
Yeah.
And then he He came out that honesty box.
Yeah.
I'd
He
have
was still
forced him.
spudding him, high-fiving him. It's mad, isn't it?
That is disgusting.
Could a woman ever come out and just start smashing, high five? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd have
man.
forced him. Yeah.
I was on
Yeah.
holiday. He was like, I was on holiday, yeah.
This is the double standards in the world.
I know, it's mad.
So yeah, I think that his head can be turned though at this stage, obviously.
Yeah.
It's way too soon. I think her head could be turned as well.
Yeah. She seems like really picky, but you know, like the older you get, the more picky you get. She reminds me of like us.
Switching couples for them worked out.
Yeah.
Because definitely he's a better match with Vicky.
Yeah.
But with Richie and Noelle, it didn't work out.
Which is so weird because when they weren't matched together, it was like this mad chemistry.
And then
as soon as he got her, but he did say something. And I won't forget what he said.
What did he say?
He said, I like the chase.
Mm-hmm. Which 99% of men like.
And it didn't register with her. If some man said that to me, if I want that man, I will take that and I will give him what he wants because that's my way of getting what I want. If I want the tree, which is Richie, I will be the chase.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I just think she was too obvious with her feelings.
Too on him.
Yeah, she was too on him. And also, I do think he's not over his past relationship. And I think he's the kind of person that under pressure, like as soon as they were matched, under pressure,
yeah,
he doesn't do well.
Down.
Yeah.
It upset me though as well because like Noelle chose insecurity as a topic to talk about in one of those like wellness sessions. And it just upset me when she said like, I feel like I'm never enough.
Yeah, because...
And it's hard to stay confident, especially in these kind of environments. You know, like a guy shows you interest, you get matched with him, and then suddenly he pulls back.
And I agree. And I could tell that Richie felt bad because he was like, I never want to make someone feel insecure.
Yeah.
But he also can't pretend or do a showmance.
Some people just cannot fake it.
And in the end, the truth was revealed that he wasn't even lying when he said he had a connection with Noelle. So he did actually have a connection with her. It
was so weird because when he was in the honesty box and he was asked that question, I was convinced he was lying.
Same.
His eyes were like, you know, he looked so nervous, but he's just a nervous guy.
And when he left...
Can we just quickly touch on like the sex toys?
What is it? The box? The sex toys box.
Toy. He's got chains and whips and blindfolds.
No, the list just kept going and going and going. And her face as he was going on with the list was like, first it was meant to be really sexy and then she started to look really worried.
You just would never think it if you look at Richie or even speak to him or like hear him speak. You'd never think that he is a freak like that.
Yeah, it was so funny. So what went really bad for him was when he was, again, this boy chat. He keeps getting himself into trouble with this boy chat that he doesn't even start.
I do feel like Jake was a little bit of like a mousetrap. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he sets it up for them to fall into.
So he goes and says, like, if you were to pick your, like,
he said, let's do like a little innocent, you know, game of like build a bear with the girls. And if you had to pick a girl, like torso and then upper body and then face,
who would you pick? And he basically
did personality as well.
Yeah, and none of the aspects of a woman did he pick Noelle. He picked other girls in Trutopia, but not her.
I literally remember each one,
which I think shows that he doesn't really like her enough.
Yeah, I mean, he did say he has a connection with her. And it was true.
It was all very confusing.
It was really, really confusing. Maybe he's just a really good liar.
So then Maldini told Jess, and then Jess pinky promised, and she was like, I never like break a pinky promise, that she wouldn't tell anyone. And then she told, what I didn't like.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say.
Pissed me off that she told Noelle and the whole group of girls at the same time. That's not nice. You would take her and tell her in private. Like, why are you embarrassing her? Especially after she was so happy in that.
Yeah, in that moment. She was like so positive. They were like, do you think that Richie could be swayed? She was like, no, we've got closer. I thought exactly the same thing. Telling her in front of all the girls was so humiliating.
No, it was just not nice. It wasn't.
It wasn't girls' code in a weird way. It's like a fake girls' code.
Fake girl code.
But you know what? I found like weird as well. Why would you pinky promise Maldini that you wouldn't say anything? Because if I got that information, I would immediately say, you know, this information has to be shared with Noelle.
Exactly.
Like, there's no way I'm not going to tell her.
Exactly. Or just don't say anything. Don't be like, I'm pinky promising you and I don't break my pinky promises.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in Trutopia.
Yeah.
And you're lying.
Literally.
And
So,
it was really weird. But anyway, so
that resulted in Richie being kicked out.
Yeah.
And Noelle actually voted for him to be kicked out as well.
So frustrating because I was like, I just wish that she had a chance to speak to him about it before it came to that the voting.
Yeah.
Because if she had a chance to speak to him about it, maybe he could have explained himself.
I don't know. There was way too many conversations where she was like saying to him, I'm not getting anything. Like, what's going on? And he was just,
yeah, but
I felt like his wall was just getting thicker and thicker and thicker every day.
That's not true because she started getting something from him. Literally that day.
She got like one hug, Anna. Literally a one hug.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe she should have had the chance to speak to him about it first. But I mean, I don't blame her for voting him out. If I heard a guy did that to me, I would vote him out.
How are you going to build a bear and not make me any of the bear?
Literally.
Like, it's not cool.
No. But yeah, when he got kicked out, my heart broke because he was so cute on his exit speech. What was he saying? He was like, I know that I can just be emotional now. And like,
yeah,
it just made me so emotional.
I think the show Honesty Box helps the individuals in there like discover themselves and like develop as a person and in their connections as well, but also individually, which is so amazing to see.
Yeah.
It's like Richie like came out a better man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree. Okay, so we've got Javan and Pani as well. Pani, I feel like him and Rose, I thought that would be something, but then she said it was just friends. More friendship vibes.
I knew it wasn't going to be anything.
Really?
I just knew Rose is way too into Tommy.
She's so into him. It's so obvious.
Yeah.
And Javan and Chantel, what do you think about that? Do you think they're a good match?
They're both such genuine, kind people, but they're too similar. One person needs to be the icebreaker. One person needs to be the more forward one that like breaks physical barriers and is more like jokey with it and confident. Whereas they're both quite shy and reserved. They both
get shy vibes from Chantel, but I get quite serious vibes from her.
I get quite shy vibes.
Do you?
Yeah, I think she's a bit shy.
Really?
I do, yeah.
I do hope that works out because they're both give me like you said, like genuine good people, and I feel like they look so good together as well.
And I think they like each other.
Yeah.
Poor Pani, man. He's really trying.
I know.
And he's Greek. And when he said you are beautiful in Greek to Jessie May, I was like, wow, like, you know, my boyfriend's Greek, so but he's not having any luck so far.
No, but I'm so excited to see what happens now with all the couples.
I really hope Tommy and Rose sort it out.
Really?
And Jessie May and Kane.
Me too.
And I hope Tobias and Vicky work out.
I hope someone comes in for Pani.
Yes, me too. And I'm just really excited to see the next episode. Like these.
And Noelle. I want someone to come in for Noelle.
Oh my God, Noelle.
I want someone to come and sweep her off her feet and be honest with her.
And I love, her energy, man. She's so confident. She's like, all of this, like, are you mad?
Exactly.
Like, come and get this, baby. I love that energy.
Me too.
She's got very sexy, confident energy. And like, any man would be lucky to have her.
So guys, give us your comments on what you think of all the contestants so far and their relationships or situationships and their lies and their truths.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think.
And this episode has been sponsored by Channel 4 as well.
So thanks for listening, guys. And we hope you enjoy the show as much as we do. Honestly, it's amazing.
Make sure you subscribe, like and comment. Bye.
Bye.